Hi, I'm Karen, founder of Wisdom of the Wounded. The ministry's purpose is to help you care for your friend or your loved one or coworker who's going through one of those dark valleys in life. Maybe they're grieving the death of a loved one or experiencing a divorce, or they're living through cancer, and you really want to help them, but you don't know what to say or do. That's where Wisdom of the Wounded is there to help you. We have created a video series called Don't Be a Verbal Villain. And in each of these videos, we'll highlight 3 things to do and 1 thing to not do. To do, we want you to be there, to encourage the person to talk, and to listen. Don't be a verbal villain. And what is a verbal villain? Sometimes in our effort to quickly make someone feel better, we use words that have the opposite effect. When we use quick fixes in caregiving, it's kind of like a villain who steals the healing that could have happened. So let's look at the verbal villains. Today's villain is called the detective. Again, you can see the artist has included some suggestions of what this verbal villain does. Obviously, floods the whole scene with questions. Has the idea that if you can keep that person who is struggling busy, they don't have time to think. So he asks a lot of questions, and you can see he doesn't have even eye contact with the person who is struggling. Again, he becomes the focus rather than the person who is suffering. This is Mary, and she says to this caregiver, "I have cancer." And this verbal villain starts pumping questions at Mary. "Are you sure? You don't look sick." "Well, what kind of cancer do you have? Is it the bad kind? Will you lose your hair? What's the treatment for it? How long and where do you go for treatment? Will you have to quit your job?" This verbal villain floods the person that is already overwhelmed with all kinds of chaotic feelings and thoughts and piles some more chaos into her life. Instead, what could have he said to her that would help her tell her story, help her tell what worries her the most? He could have said just that. What worries you the most at this point, or what will be the hardest part for you? Or he could even say, I've never been in this situation before, so I don't really know what to say or do, but I just want you to know that I care, and if you want to talk, I'll listen. Sounds scary. He could say that too, I think. Sounds scary. Can you tell me more about what you're feeling? So please don't be a verbal villain, this verbal villain who's a detective. Instead, remember to hear the 3 do's and 1 don't. Do be there, do encourage the person to talk, and do listen. And don't be a detective. Perhaps you're not this verbal villain, the detective. But there are other verbal villains that we sometimes fall into using. So we hope that you'll check out the other videos that will introduce you to the other verbal villains, so that you can be the best caregiver that you can be and avoid being a villain. God bless.